What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. As with all my videos, I'll start quickly, but there's pugs around, so pug related behavior is always a factor in my videos. And of course, we're still dealing with quarantine hair because we're still in quarantine and no hairdressers are open. But let's get straight into today's video. Obviously, with a lot of stuff going on in the world at the moment, it's the protests and the Black Lives Matter movement and all the police brutality that is coming to light and what we're seeing, which has been happening for decades, by the way. I'm sure some people on my social media page that I've had to unfollow think that this has just happened in the last 2 weeks. This has been happening forever. And what I want to speak about today is white people who I've had to unfollow on my Instagram page, people that are my friends, trying to educate people about Black Lives Matter and about the movement and about what black people go through and the injustice that they go through, and just how I feel, and this is not meant to offend anyone, but I feel that when I've never heard these white people that I'm speaking about, and people I do know, people I don't know, ever speak about any kind of injustice about anyone other than their color, other than themselves, that I feel like they're weakening the movement. I, as a white male, have had it very easy in my life, and I know that. And that is not okay. That somebody else has had it drastically harder just because they are a different pigmentation than me, a different color than me. And I don't feel qualified to go on my Instagram, although I only have like 700 followers, of which I speak to like 5. But I don't feel qualified as a white male, or as a white person in general, to go on my Instagram, to go on any of my social media platforms and speak to you about what black people go through, what Indian people go through, what China. I'm not qualified enough to speak on that. I cannot even fathom understanding what it feels like to be put down, to not have opportunities because of your skin color, and that is basically it. Nothing else. Not your character, not who you are, not who you are as a person, but because of your skin color, you are being marked down. I can't even fathom what it is because I'm a white male. I've never had that in my life. I can try my best to understand, but I can't say how that feels. That's never happened to me. The closest I've ever got to understanding that, how that must make somebody feel horrendous, is my wife Jasmine being Indian and her telling me stories about her past. And even when in the time that we've been together, when she's been downtown by herself or she's been out for job interviews or wherever by herself, hearing the racial slurs that she comes back and tells me some people will say, or the way she's being treated by people because of her skin color or where she's from. That's the closest I've ever got to understanding that. But what I'm speaking about today is the white people who, don't get me wrong, and I don't mean to offend anyone by this, their heart is in the right place. But it's like they've just discovered racism exists in the last 2 weeks and decided to become outraged. And in some instances, they're trying to make their voice louder than the people that it really affects. And to me, that weakens the movement. When I hear a white woman, white man try and speak about the difficulties that a black person has, I feel like they're not qualified enough to talk about that. I don't feel qualified enough to talk about that. I feel like our duty as white people, if we're gonna go on our social media pages, support this movement, as of course we should be reposting the voices of people that have felt this injustice, that have felt this pain, to heighten and make their voices louder. The ones that have come through and seen all of their lives, this experience, and their ancestors before them and before them and before them, they know exactly what it's like to be on the front line experiencing this shit day in, day out. I'm not going to listen to my white friends who I've had to, like I said, unfollow from Instagram because I can't sit there and listen to them. Last week they never mentioned, well 2 weeks ago they never mentioned anything about supporting other people of different races. Never ever spoke about it. And it's great that they are now being educated, and it's great that they are now starting to learn. But that doesn't give them, in my opinion, the right to start speaking on behalf of different races. That to me, I like I said, I am not qualified to do that. I have not had that experience. All I can do is listen to the people who have had those horrendous experiences and learn from that. That's my opinion. I feel like a lot of white people are weakening the movement, and I also feel like, as with a lot of white people, and again, my opinion, you can disagree or agree with it, their ego gets involved. I'm not saying all of them, but it's like they almost, the reason why they post on social media is because they're not going to the process. They're not going to go on the streets and peacefully protest. They're wanting everybody to see what they're doing, and it's like getting points. They want points for doing this, doing that. I had a friend who took a screenshot of a PayPal transaction of a donation to Black Lives Matter. He crossed out the amount, but he posted it, and I just don't understand why you have to post it on your story. If it's not about you, if it's not about your ego and you looking like a better person, or you trying to fuel your ego or whatever, then why do you have to post that? The purest form of giving is anonymous to anonymous. I don't understand why white people have to boost their ego at any given point. It baffles me. I don't understand it. And in this instance, it's still happening, which is sad. And like I said, probably 3-4 times in this video, I feel like it's weakening the movement. So yeah, that's my little run. Like I mentioned, I don't feel qualified to speak on the problems and horrendous battles that people of different races, to me, have had. But do I want to learn more? Of course. Do I need to learn more? Definitely. And that's what I'm going to do. I need to listen to the people. I listen to my wife. I listen to people online, because I don't know enough. I don't know enough about what happened to Native Americans in this country, in Canada. Nobody has ever spoke to me about that. The whole time I've been here, 5 years, no one's ever spoke to me about that. Jasmine informed me, but no one's ever told me about that horrendous genocide. What happened to those people? The rape, the kidnapping, the abuse. No one's ever told me about that. And I just don't, I get really annoyed and really frustrated when people seem to support movements just for a popularity contest. I hope it's not that, and I genuinely want people to start learning more and to understand more, and not just do it for a week, 2 weeks, and then it's no longer popular and moving to something else. It's not about our egos, it's about educating ourselves and being better to help everyone. But it's not about us. It's about understanding and, like I said, educating ourselves and learning from the people that have been through this like horrible, horrendous, just I can't even explain. Like I said, I'm not qualified to speak in it, but this video's coming to like 10 minutes, guys. I just wanted to get this off my chest. Again, I have not done this to offend anybody. I hope it hasn't. And if you want to talk, that to me is the best tool we all have to talk to each other, to communicate. Please comment below. And yeah, just let me know how you feel. Let me know how you're feeling about this, and what your just opinion is, or whatever. I just want to speak to you guys, and if we can talk, if we can communicate, to me that's the best thing. But thank you for watching, guys. Thankfully the pugs haven't been too loud, which is great, and hopefully you guys just stay safe, stay well, and that's all I can say. I will see you in the next video, and I'll see you then, guys. Thank you.